my Ferrari
Whoa.
Portofino. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So on March 23rd, 2024, I will drive off the lot at Mark Motors in my Ferrari Portofino. Right? And I don't want it delivered. They're like, we can do that, have that delivery option. No. Because I want to drive from Bernie into San Antonio with the top down, wind flowing through the hair, all of that, and then I can go and pick up somebody and we can hit I-10 and tear up San Antonio in my Ferrari. So I now have a 42% chance of making this happen. Right? And I strongly suggest that if you have anything like that, if you want to buy a home, if you want to have an X amount of dollars in your banking or savings account, I want you to take time out of today and write it down, set a specific day, and you have a 42% chance of making that goal come true. Thank you and have a good day.
What's up?
All right, everybody, checking in. Sales meeting number 42. We are here in the Dirty Kitchen with Marcus Beverly and Taylor Abbott, and we are coming at you live on Tuesday, November the 6th. So that might time date this a little bit if you're watching this in 3 years from now, but it's still going to be relevant then as it is today. So sales meeting number 42. Profit activator number 6 of the 8 profit activators we've been going over the last couple weeks. And just as a quick refresher, jumping back into profit activator number 1, that's where we revisited the idea of having a single target market, focusing with your advertising. Profit activator number 2, we discussed the difference between branding and direct response marketing. Profit activator number 3, we talked about how to educate and motivate our prospects to want to meet us. Profit activator number 4, we went over using presenting our offer in a way that makes it easy for the clients to get started working with us or with you. Profit activator number 5 we talked about yesterday was developing that real dream come true experience that your clients can have when they do indeed decide to do business with you. And that brings us today into profit activator number 6 of 8, and that is going to be titled Provide After Sales Service Even After You've Already Been Paid. So this one is really rings true to me, because this is where I discovered this little tactic from, where we do our weekly follow-ups after we've done the sale. And I'm pretty sure I've generated probably anywhere from $15,000 to $50,000 in sales over the last 2 years, just from continuing to talk to people after we've done work with them and asking how it went, what could we do better, do you need anything else while we're chatting. And I've gotten so many sales, some real big ones, just from that simple message. And this is where I learned this tactic from, so it's going to be good for us to kind of revisit that myself and to give you a little more insight into it. So it sounds kind of interesting when you start to think about it. We're talking about the during unit still. We're in the before, the during, and the after, so we're in the during unit. And we're talking about providing after sale service. So people might think that sounds like the after unit, but if you look at it like a timeline and you look at the experience that the people have as the transaction as being the middle point of the customer experience timeline and not the end. So we've gave them that experience, that dream come true experience. And we're still in the during unit. We're gonna make sure that we continue providing sales service. So we're not just providing after sales service, but we're providing a service even though the sale's done, even we've been paid. We don't just say, see you later, like we've talked about in those other videos where we say, I had a great date with you. Mm-hmm. Can I see you again in 6 months? Right? So what we're going to do is, since this is from Joe and Dean, we're going to look at the carpet cleaning experience again. So to remind you, Joe was the carpet cleaner He started his business, single guy, doing his own thing, making $2,000 a month. Started to develop these ideas and went from $2,000 to $12,000, and then from there he's turned into a multi-million-dollar guy. But he was the carpet cleaner, so he developed that dream come true experience where he'd go in and he'd give them a free room of carpet cleaning and a carpet audit for free. And that was his way to educate the client, motivate them to use them further, and also give them that dream come true. Wow, you did this for free. You told me what's wrong with my carpet and how you can fix it, and that was all part of the experience. So now, imagine that someone's gotten that carpet audit, and then you're doing their carpet cleaning right there. It's all happening in the same day. But what if you start thinking of adding the element of the after-sales service? So that could be a follow-up phone call or a pop-by or something the next day or within 3 days after that experience just to check in. Maybe you drop by and bring them something like a bottle of air freshener to say, hey, I know I just cleaned your carpets. It's been a couple days, but I just want to leave this with you. Make sure that you can, if you have something where you've spilled, just do a quick spot spray. And whatever I did, it'll look just as good by using this in the future. So doing something like that, some stain remover, something that's an added above and beyond expectation that's going to have a bigger impact. So that would be thinking about that. What if someone came and cleaned your carpets right now and you're like, okay, that was good, and then 3 days later he knocked on your door and said, hey, by the way, I forgot to give you this free bottle of stain remover. I know you just paid $300 and I don't want to have to come back for a simple spill, so just keep this on me if you need it. You're good to go. That'd probably leave a good impression, right? Mm-hmm. And it'd surprise you, it'd delight you, and you'd feel good about it. So in people's minds, everything that happens from the time you start presenting what it is you do and the time they pay you for it, you're doing all of that because you're getting paid. But if you walked out of there with a check, after that they've got no expectation that they're ever going to hear from you again. They figure that the sale is over, that the deal is done. They don't know that they've just met somebody like us who's looking to build that lifetime relationship with them. And not very many people follow through like that. So most people are not going to do that. So that's why when you do, it's going to be a surprise and a delight, and it's going to make them really happy. So what we're doing kind of is we're displaying that intention because we've already got the money, we've already got paid. That's why it's so much more impactful that we do it after the sale, because those expectations are that you're not going to do anything extra. So that's why that impact's so great, because it exceeds expectations. And that's where they're going to have that desire to say, hey, that carpet cleaner just stopped by, and man, he did a good job, and then he gave me a free bottle of spot remover too. And like 3 days later, even though I'd already said goodbye to him, and I was just really surprised that you should use this guy. And then you have to think about too, when we're fresh off of the sale, let's look at maybe even like someone who's just bought a house. When you first buy your house, you have everybody coming over. Hey, come look at my house. It's brand new. Mm-hmm. Hey, come visit my house. Or you just get your new Ferrari Portofino. You say, hey, let's go for a drive. I got this new car, and it's fresh in your mind. Mm-hmm. And so if you've given them that after-sale follow-up, well, they're excited about it, they're fresh about it, that's when everybody's showing everything off. Then that's when they're going to say, hey, by the way, I got this from Marcus over at the Ferrari dealership, and after I delivered it, he dropped by and he gave me a free, I don't know what Ferrari guys would give you for that after-sales experience. Maybe he gave you a $1,000 oil change for no charge after you left the dealership and
that'd be lovely.
Came back, right? So anything like that, and then they're going to say, by the way, I know you were thinking of buying a Ferrari too. You should go talk to Marcus, because after I bought it, he came up and gave me this awesome gift.
Why? I'm not selling Ferrari, sir. I'm
That's
buying
right.
them.
Well, so, but that's why too, right after the sale is when it's fresh in everybody's mind. So that's why we don't want to wait too long. That's why I like to do it the week after, because they're still thinking about it. If it was something like the 3X, they're still happy about it, excited about it. And that's the best time to really make that big impact. So we're integrated into that process. And if we're ending the during unit, we're ending the experience where the people have driven off the lot, or they just got into the new house, or you just gave them the keys to the new house, and you're really in that experience right there with them. So how many other companies really treat people that way? As soon as they get the money, all of the attention just kind of disappears, right? So the sweet spot really to practice this after sales follow-up was when they still have the happy feelings, the euphoric feelings of joy, and it's going fresh through their mind. And as the saying goes, the difference between lettuce and garbage is timing. So you want to focus on the timing. So you can do this, but it's most effective when everybody's at their excited, most euphoric after-sale peak, when they're not expecting it to. So that's some simple notes, and it kind of goes into why we do the weekly follow-ups. And I know there's a lot more we probably could do, because we do a weekly follow-up, but we don't say, oh, by the way, here's a business card holder for those awesome cards we got you last week. We could do something like that, right?
That would be smooth.
And I just thought of that right now, thinking of how they use the stain remover. And that would give you another excuse to stop by the office, right?
Yeah.
And we don't do it for everybody, but for certain people where we think, oh, this is an opportunity, like Mari Mitchell maybe, because she's got all those people in the office. Whatever it might be that we come up with, but that's how we can think about providing after-sales service even after we've already been paid. And that's a tip for everybody. And it's not just for the Dirty Kitchen, that works for any business that you're in. Don't just say goodbye after the sale's done. Jump in there and see what else you can do to add value even after you've already been paid. So that's sales meeting number 42. Appreciate you guys tuning in as always. The Dirty Kitchen, Marcus Beverly, Taylor Abbott. Check us out on Instagram, Alpha Graphics West Ave. And on Facebook and Twitter, AG West Ave. We got the podcast, anchor.fm/The Dirty Kitchen.
It's booming.
And it's booming. So you guys, thanks as always for checking us out. We'll catch you on the next episode. Profit Activator number 7 coming up soon.
All right, good morning. It is another lovely day here in the Dirty Kitchen. If you're in the San Antonio area, it was a little foggy out, so I hope you got your fog lights working while you're driving to work. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and drop you with the AG Dirty Kitchen quote of the day. And goals without deadlines aren't goals; they're merely directions. All right. So I was reading last night, and this popped up, and I was like, wow, that's kind of true. Sometimes it's you can have goals, and you know where you want to be, or you know the certain things that you want to have, but if you don't write them down, and they're just ideas instead of a guideline. So I'm gonna give you five tips on why it's important to have goals, right? So number one, goals give you focus, right? If you know what you want, then you're gonna focus on that goal, right? Number two, goals they're gonna allow you to measure your progress, right? Hey, I have a goal that I want to save $5,000 in a year, right? So each month you're gonna put money in. First it'll be $5, right? I'm gonna start with $5, right? And then you just keep adding money, so you get to measure your progress that way. So hopefully at the end of the year you'll have $5,000 in your savings account. All right. Your third goal is they keep you locked in and undistracted, right? Again, like if you say another example, right? You want to drop like 5 pounds at the gym. You want to drop like 5 pounds on your weight, right? So you work out, you track your nutrition. You're like, you stop by the corner store, and they have the coffee and a muffin for $2, right? They're like, you want to add that muffin for an extra 16 cents? I'm like, no, I'm all right. I'm okay. I don't need that, right? So I just got the coffee. All right, and then the fourth. Goals help you overcome procrastination, right? So if you have that goal and you know exactly where you want to be, there's going to be times when you don't want to get up off the couch. You want to watch TV and eat Cheetos all day, right? Instead of like going to the gym or hitting it, or going out there making some sales and getting money. Having those goals will help you overcome that. And number 5, goals keep you motivated. Right? You know the end result on where you want to be, so you're gonna constantly keep pushing and keep driving till you get there. Now it gets to my main point, in which I wanted Taylor to continue to have the sales meeting, right? Because you have a 42% chance of completing your goal if you write it down. Okay? 42% chance. I like those odds, right? So me and T. Dot last Wednesday, where did we go last Wednesday?
We went and touched our dreams at the exotic car dealership.
Exactly, right?
Yes.
So, this is what I'm going to do. And I encourage Taylor to do it after I do it, maybe a little later on today. I know he's kind of busy. So this is what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to write it down. The car in there that I want, I'm going to write it down so I can have a 42% chance of making this goal come true, right?
Okay.
So, and I even have a specific day, the day picked out. And remember, this is your goal, so you can set it set it for however far you want it. So I'm gonna say 5 years. You know, T Dot might be like, nah, I want to complete mine in 2. And that's him. That's his goal, right? So mine is 5 years, and it's gonna be on March 23rd, 2024, right? So on March 23rd, 2024, I will drive off the lot at Mark Motors in my Ferrari
Whoa.
Portofino. Right? So on March 23rd, 2024, I will drive off the lot at Mark Motors in my Ferrari Portofino, right? And I don't want it delivered. They're like, you know, we can do that, have that delivery option. No, because I want to drive from Bernie into San Antonio with the top down, wind flowing through the hair, all of that, and then I can go and pick up somebody, and we can hit I-10 and tear up San Antonio in my Ferrari. So I now have a 42% chance of making this happen. Right? And I strongly suggest that if you have anything like that, if you want to buy a home, if you want to have X amount of dollars in your banking or savings account, I want you to take time out of today and write it down. Set a specific day, and you have a 42% chance of making that goal come true. Thank you, and have a good day.
What's going on, everybody? Just wanted to show you this new little friend I've got on my desk. The Amazon Echo Show got it for free from Amazon for developing some of these skills for these guys, and I'm about to show you one right here. So I'm gonna flip the camera. All right, so what I did is I've created a skill where you can listen to my podcast on Alexa. So here we go. Alexa, play.
And welcome to another tip from the whip. This is Taylor Abbott coming to you live on the canvas.
Kitchen a dirty, the dirty, the dirty. Kitchen a dirty, kitchen a dirty. Kitchen a dirty, the dirty, the dirty. Kitchen a dirty, kitchen a dirty. Kitchen a dirty, the dirty.